Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is a 5916. It's a Chinese light tank tier 6 and it's located on the south spawn of Cliff under the command of the Bassman from Hell. Well, he's now got a tank that was designed in 1959 and weighs 16 tons. It's got a fairly decent gun which can do, as you can see here, 115 alpha, 76mm. But this tank virtually has no armour, so he has to be very careful because if he gets hit by anything, it's more than likely going to go straight through. Okay, well, he's going to follow the T-37 up to the top. Somebody said, "You're blocking my shot," and Bassman said, "Shoot him instead." And shoot him then. Actually, you hear that so often when somebody presses the wrong instruction and yeah, it says you're blocking my shot when of course it's nothing of the sort. Okay, we've got a couple of light tanks turned up and it looks like they're going to try and get up on top of the hill. VK2801 and a Mario Kart. And our T-37's engaging them, but it looks like they've got past him and they're on their way up to the top. And that means we're going to be under a bit of a pressure from the guys who are spotting for them. Well, Bassman's going to head down to the west side of the plateau. I call this area the plateau, but so it's the West Pass. And see what he can engage right here. Well, we've got an ARL down in the dip, around the corner, and a Cromwell as well. We haven't seen. Oh, there he is. Okay, our Cromwell's just on that rise coming up from Western Pass. We've got a nice little rock here to hide behind as we engage. Here he comes. Yeah, oh, took a big round from the Cromwell, 153. We haven't got a huge amount of hit points, only 600, so we can't afford to take those sort of shots because we'll end up being out the game fairly quickly. That's why the Cromwell's so deadly, because it has got a decent gun, decent hit points, and it can pump out those sort of rounds. We're going to have another go, I think, on that Cromwell. He's exchanging fire with our Cromwell. Oh! Well, we ricocheted off the VK, and he's gone down. But here comes the Cromwell. We get one into him. He gets one into us. And, well, we got a ram there. I think that was a fire on the Cromwell, but he's now one shot and he's gone. But there's a 40 TP and a Striv 74 a little further off, and we've got the Rex protecting us, but we just lost our Cromwell. Oh no, we just lost our Hellcat behind us. Well, we've managed to escape from here. There's the Cromwell. We were seen. Now wait here a second. We've lost a lot of hit points. We're down to 186, is it? 188. Very low. 31% of our health left. Say 2 shots from a Cromwell style gun and we're out the game. 1 shot from a T-3485M might be able to finish us off. Okay, they've got a T-3485 on the corner at the moment. The Cromwell's asking for help on that. Right, we've got an ARL 44. Oh, we tried to water aim and didn't get a shot in. He's very low hit points though, that ARL. He's the one that pulled back from the corner, so it's the T-3485M. In fact, actually, it's not a T-3485M, it's just a standard T-3485. Of course, the M version was the special version, which they didn't produce that many of. And there's a KV2. It's been spotted. Can we get a shot into him? If he backs up, yes, he does, and he's gone. Now, reload time 3.07 seconds. There is enemy Arty in the game too. An FV304 and an M44. Now, the 304, I would say, will be in the dip nearby where we are at the moment. But he obviously hasn't been spotted yet. He's only got a short range. We try a shot on the Hellcat and fail on that occasion. And we've been spotted. But we finish off the Hellcat with the next round. Somebody is firing at us. Somebody, because the ground was kicked up, and now it's the VK. I think it may have been the VK firing from on top of the hill. He's got one round into us, and now we're down to just 67 hit points. There he is, he's right up on top. Very difficult to hit at this range. No, that went sailing past him. He's pulled back into cover. And we're a bit exposed down here. We'd only take one more shot from that VK and we'd be out the game. There's the FV304. He's been spotted. Cromwell went down after him. Oh, Cromwell's taken a big hit. We've got a box tank over there. We can get shots on him. One in. He gets another. Oh, we tracked him. Oh, we took him out. Brilliant. So 3 kills so far for Bassman. But he's very low on health now. He is a spotting tank, but with that sort of health levels, it's going to be difficult for him to spot, because the moment he's spotted by the enemy, they're going to try and take him out straight away. Striv. We tracked him. He's going to return fire though. We've got one into him for 125. Just a high roll. No, he's pulled back into cover. He's not going to come back out again. And that 2801's still up on top of the hill. And I'm sure he's going to fire in this direction if he can see us. He might just be out of range. He's at the edge of our range circles. We can shoot at the strip from here. Oh, we just knocked the column down. He's firing back, I think. Can we get a kill? He's pulled back into cover. The Bert's very close by, so he must be spotted by the enemy by now, I think. The Bert's been killed. I'm trying to shoot that Striv, but he keeps putting himself behind the rock. I think he really needs to get out of here before that T-3485 comes up this way. We only need to get lightly damaged by that T-34 and we're out the game. Our Arty's helping. We get one into him. 2. Can we get a kill shot? Oh, our T-3485 does the job. Okay, so we're one tank up on the enemy now. Given the hit points, it might be advisable to take a static position in a bush somewhere, passively spot. Bassman's headed back to his cap area. We've got a 88 and a Hummel. Looks like the 88 is AFK. We've still got one tank advantage on the enemy. And our M44, rather surprisingly, has gone to that TD perch. You know, the one up at K5, which is very odd. It's the worst. It's not the best place for an Arty to go. It's a bit exposed, I'm afraid. And it's one of those places that tends to attract enemy fire. But Bassman's settling into this bush, making himself a spotter. He's knocking down that bale of hay because he wants to be able to see in that direction, spot the enemy if they do come into sight. And again, he's just sort of like knocking the walls down just in case he has to move, so he doesn't give away his actual position. Okay, nice and concealed now. Unfortunately, the scores are now even. We lost our Cromwell. And the enemy M44 has been spotted. He was in the Western Pass right at the north end. The other problem we've got is that Bassman's only got 1 round of APCR. 16 rounds of standard ammo, 5 rounds of HE. But some of the tanks he's actually facing, like the Striv, the 40 TP and the T-3485, are going to be difficult to penetrate because they do have fairly thick armor in some places. Penetration only is 138 on the standard ammo, but he does get 165 alpha on the 76mm high explosive rounds, so he could use those on the M44. T-3485 is going up to spot the M44. He's found him, killed him. The enemy no longer has any more Arty. Some might say, why is the 5916 sitting in a bush at the cap area? Well, mainly because that 88 is AFK, and so he's not doing anything. Our M44 is now unable to fight because that T-3485M is too close to him by far, and we're backing off to use the bush mechanic, and the M44 is taking fine. He's gone. He's been killed. So we're going to try and use the bush mechanic on that T-3485, but we've got nobody up there to spot for us. He might just be within view range shortly, but it's more than likely he'll come into sight the moment he gets near the cap. There he is. Well, he is in sight now. Unfortunately, we need to back off to use the bush mechanic. That's right. And it worked. It's going to be a few more rounds, though, to get him out of the game. We need the help of the Hummel, really. It looks like the 88 is spotting for us. In fact, I believe the 88 has actually moved. So he's not an AFK anymore. He's actually oriented towards the T-3485M. He could be a bot. There he is. Pulls back to use the bush mechanic. When it's nice and bushy, you're not being spotted. And that worked. 2 more rounds like that. And he's got the high caliber. And the T-3485M got the kill. So it's 4 against 3 at the moment, but the enemy still has the advantage. We don't know where they are. And we're all based around the cap at the moment. They've got the run of the battlefield. So they can choose which way they want to approach this. They know we're defensive. I must admit, I'd be very tempted to take this 5916 up near the position where the T-3485M was last seen and go to that lookout and shoot from there. Oh, our T-3485 is being a bit of a troll now. Came around and nudged Bassman out of this position. Okay, there's the VK2801. He's come down from top of the cliff and he's spotting from the edge of that cliff. Now, if our T-3485M keeps being a nuisance like he is at the moment, he's going to end up getting shot by somebody. Probably us. He is being a bit of a troll. That was the 2-minute warning. And here comes the T-3485M. As I said before, being a troll. And if he stays there, he's going to get shot. And he is being shot. And he's been killed. Well, he was being a bit of a dickhead. Excuse my language, but he was. You don't troll your own team. He was moving about, not staying in cover, and consequently he got fired on and killed. Now, I'm not sure if the enemy is not firing at the 88, either because they can't penetrate it, or simply because they know it's AFK, and therefore they're not bothered. It appears to be AFK, or appears to be a bot. Well, that's the minute warning. There's the Striv. Oh, he's low on hit points. We could probably kill him with one shot. And we got him. Nicely done, Bassman. Stay behind the wreck. Stay behind cover. We know the 40 TP's over there. Oh, but the 2801 got us. Nice try, Bassman. Nice try. There's 2 versus 2. And there's 33 seconds left on the clock. I don't think this is going to be a win, but I do not think it's going to be a loss either. It's too long for them to kill the 88. He's well, 100% health. I don't understand why they can't shoot him or why they haven't tried to shoot him. You'd think that they would have. Oh, they are now. It's just too late. And here comes the VK2801. And the game is over. It was a draw, and it looks like the Hummel was an AFK because he was lost in battle the moment the game ended. So yes, it does look to me like he had actually departed the game early, and that's why he exploded right at the end of the game. And here's the end of battle results. Well, it was a first class tanker for the Bassman from Hell in the 5916. He got a fighter badge, a fire for effect, and a bruiser medal out of the minor medals, and a high caliber out of the epics. He got a win 8 for the game, 11,813. He certainly worked his butt off for that. Did a lot of damage to the enemy. He did 2,118 hit points of damage. The next highest scorer was the VK2801, got 1516. And Bassman managed to get the highest number of kills, but he shared it with the T3485M, who got 4. And he got a Bescucci's medal, whilst Bassman managed to get the high caliber. But he was being a bit of a nuisance by trolling Bassman, and therefore he got himself killed, which was a very silly thing to do. When it came to base XP, it was Bassman. He was doing a lot of spotting during that game, and that's why he got the highest XP, 674. The next highest came for the VK2801, got 477, and after that the Cromwell with 449. He fired 30 shots in that game, got 22 direct hits, 19 penetrations, damage of 2,118 hit points, of which 1,030 were at more than 300 meters. He received 4 hits from the enemy, all of them were penetrations. The armor on the 5916 is really non-existent. It's very, very low. It's supposed to stop bullets really more than anything, because it's a very light tank. It's supposed to be very fast and agile, but unfortunately it does sort of like lead to its downfall when it comes up against enemy tanks. He spotted 3 enemy vehicles, damaged 7 of the enemy, killed 4 of them, and did damage assistance of 147 hit points. On a premium account, he earned 35,865 credits, got 4,995 for courageous resistance, so the total came to 40,860. And after repair and ammunition resupply, he took away 11,366 credits. He received 26 bonds, so he must have completed Veni Vidi Vici, and he also earned 1,011 XP. Got the Courageous Resistance Award there again for 574, so he took away 1,585 experience points altogether. So yeah, he says here the Type 58 was correct, I was bad at spotting. Well, not really, you weren't. I think he was being sarcastic there. He was actually very good at spotting, because he did do some spotting, only 147 hit points of spotting, but he was actually doing more damage, actual damage on the enemy, rather than spotting damage. Because he was actually going out there finding the enemy and killing them. After all, how would you actually get a fighter badge on a high caliber except by doing damage? Anyway, didn't work out so well in the end, but at least it was a draw. If you enjoyed that video, please give this video a like. Do subscribe to our channel, hit the notification button. We have great replays coming in all the time, and it'd be a shame if you miss one. Thanks for watching.